we're going to the zoo today. A lot of you wondering how I expose the S-Log2 footage, and if I want to expose my face correctly, I make sure to have the exposure compensation to be set at somewhere between 1.3 to 2.0, and then I apply my LUT to it, and then you get all like the shadows and the colors back. So basically for this shot, if I want to expose myself correctly, I'm having the exposure set to somewhere between 1.3 and 1.7 so that I am perfectly exposed. If you want to get my LUTs, down below. Very well made. Alex fell asleep almost instantly when we started the car. I usually do post my Q&As onto Instagram, so if you're not following me there yet, I highly recommend you go and check it out, because then you won't miss out on anything. What type of camera do I have? Sony A7SIII. What is your favorite pizza? I have to say Hawaii with onion and jalapenos and some garlic sauce. Can you shoot S-Log2 in an 8-bit camera? I would say both yes and no. You can, but then you have to know how the exposure of S-Log works before you get into it. How can we make our videos unique when everyone is using the same transitions? I don't think a video is depending on the transitions or how cool it is. I think it's a lot of like how good you are at storytelling, how good you are at thinking about creative angles and cuts, editing, that kind of stuff as well. So practice and then do your thing, and your videos will probably get better. Will you ever come to Israel? I don't know. Maybe sometime. How do you prepare your vlogs? I honestly don't prepare them at all. I just record what is going on during the day, and then whenever I get some time, I share my thoughts with you, and the entire magic basically happens in the editing process, because that is where you create the story of the day. Mirrorless versus cinema camera. I think that most cinema cameras that are coming out now is actually mirrorless, so it doesn't really matter. Mirrorless is the future. How do you find your own style? This is a very, very tough question to answer, especially since I've drawn a lot of inspiration from different creators that I've been watching for a very long time. But I think that the most important thing is that you create something that you enjoy to create, because when you enjoy to create something, that is kind of when you start to develop something that can be your own style. And I've talked about this before, but the first thing that we do when we learn something is that we copy what other people has already done. And when you do that, you also learn how you do that specific thing in your way, even though you learned it from someone and copied that. But next time around, you will probably do something differently because you're going to adapt it to your own style. And when you think of it, there's no one in the entire world that has the same kind of thoughts, ideas, brain that you have. So you are unique in your own way. Just gotta get it out there for people to see. How much do you miss being a big guy? I would say a lot. Mainly because I am not comfortable with what I see in the mirror. It is such an incredible amount of work that goes into having that kind of physique that I did. So I know that I don't miss that aspect of it, and therefore I feel that I just miss being fit, basically. Does the A7S III overheat? Haven't had an issue with it ever. How long did it take you for your first YouTube channel to be monetized? This channel took me 1.5 years approximately. How old are you? 32. Do you think that Ian Jones smells as bad as he looks like he smells? Probably like old cheese. Ian probably smells like beer and musk. When you started out, what was it that kept you going? I would say that the possibility kept me going. because I didn't know if I was going to succeed doing this or if something else would happen along the way. And I think that the curiosity of maybe kind of kept me just pushing out the content that I thought would be something for other people to learn from or find value from. And the thing is, when the whole entire B-roll craze started to become a trend, I was also very early on to be able to jump onto that trend and like gain my traction that way. So in my opinion, one of the most important things that you can do is to keep doing what you want to do at the same time as you're trying to find some videos that you think might just get traction because it's a trend, it's something that people haven't done yet or something similar, but mix it up. Because if you just do one thing over and over, then you're going to get bored of it. And then you're going to get to the point where you start to feel that you have to do something differently. Otherwise, your creativity will be stopped because you can't get outlet for it in what you do. Do you like LGBTQ? I have absolutely no issues on anyone's sexual orientation or whatever it might be. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. Why do you film in 8-bit instead of 10-bit? When I'm shooting these videos, I want to save processor power and also storage space. So if I were to shoot everything in 10-bit, then I would need to go to the office to be able to edit the footage because my MacBook Pro can't edit the 10-bit footage unless I do proxies and that kind of stuff. And since the footage is mainly just like vlog footage that I shoot or talking head footage, I know the look that I'm gonna get, and I know that I'm not gonna do some heavy color grading on it. I'm just gonna apply my LUT and then it's all fine. So it basically just saves me a lot of time. Can you give me your A7S III? If you give me the money for my A7S III, then I will give you my A7S III. How hard do you think it is to vlog every day? Honestly, if I were on my own, I probably could do it every day because I think it's so much fun. But I don't think the kind of vlogs that I make right now is that hard, and I think it's basically kind of easy to do the videos since I don't spend too much time editing. And one tip that has been the most useful ever for me when it comes to making fast edits for YouTube is to not look back through your edit until the edit is done. Because when you do it that way, you know that you've cut out everything that might not be interesting for the video. If you're one of those that edits and then goes back, scrubs through and then re-edits and do that, like, just skip it. It's gonna save you a lot of time. Yeah, see ya.